We'll be using PiktoChart to create our infographic. So when you go to PiktoChart.com, you can go ahead and click on sign up if you already don't have an account. I do, so I'm going to click on login. And automatically log me in, but you guys will have to sign up using your Google account. Alright, once you're logged in, you're going to have these options to select the infographic format that you would like to use. Make sure you're clicking on the infographic one, not the report, banner, or presentation, and you're going to scroll down and you're going to see all of the options. If you scroll all the way down, you see Pro Themes, which you could use if you paid for an account, but we're going to come up here to all of the free themes. So you can create your own infographic from scratch. It's completely blank. You can do whatever you want. I always like to start with a different theme, and this is just a starting point. You can edit it completely, so you can change color, font, everything, but I just find it easier to have some starting point. So for example, if I chose this one down here, you choose Create. And once you click on Create, it's going to come up already formatted for you. Again, you can change everything completely. So I'm just going to show you quickly how to do a few things, and anything else you can ask me. Over here on our left side are all our options inside PiktoChart. It's your main toolbar. It's where you'll be doing most of your editing. So the first one is the graphics option, and this is really where you can do add most of your different shapes, lines, icons, and photos. PiktoChart has a really great library of icons. You can search for a specific icon here, or you can just go to different categories. So say for my arts and culture, I want to talk about sports. You can go ahead into the sports section. Maybe basketball is one of the best sports in the country, so you can click on the icon and add it to your infographic. The way that you add a graphic to your infographic is you want to always select a block first. So a block is the section of the infographic you're working on. So currently my infographic is only one block, so I just have to click on it. Once I've clicked on it, then I can add the basketball, and you can move it around easily, make it larger if you want to. You can also change colors of a certain graphic by coming up to the top toolbar. The top toolbar gives you an option to change the color of your graphics. Okay, so for now I'm going to delete that basketball. Alright, what's really important is that you're always separating your content with lines so that you kind of know. So here on mine already has pre-made lines, but if you need to add a block, you can come over here and add a block, and it's going to automatically add a block down here, so you can keep working. So once you're in a new block and you need to add lines, you just come up here and it'll automatically create a line for you. And there's all sorts of options for what type of line you want, whether you want a dash, solid, dotted, so on and so forth, and if you want it to be larger or if you want it to be vertical. But to keep things very organized on your infographic, you want to make sure you're separating your information with lines. Now if you want to change the size of a block, all you have to do is shrink it or make it larger here. Okay. And of course you can delete a block. If you highlight a block and then you want it gone, you just come back to your left side toolbar and say delete block. Alright, so back over to our left side. If there is something, an icon or a graphic that is not already inside PiktoChart, but maybe you found it on Google, you can always upload an image. So for example, I Googled for a flag of Syria because PiktoChart didn't have the flag. So you again click on your block and then click on the image that you've uploaded, and then there's your flag. One thing when you're uploading images, you want to make sure you're finding images without a white ugly background. So if you need to delete kind of a background of an image, ask me, because there's a tool inside PowerPoint that you can use. Okay, but like anywhere else, you can quickly go to Google, find an image, and then select the image from your computer and upload it. So like any of the pictures that I have on here, you can upload. Okay, and I'm going to delete that. Okay, continuing on down our left toolbar, you can of course change the background, all of these options, but remember keeping your background a simple color is sometimes best, because if you have a really complicated background it can make reading text very difficult. It's not completely impossible to use it, but you just have to be a little bit more creative. Okay, and if you just want it to be no image in the background, just a color, you can come up over to your color and choose. And then opacity makes it darker or lighter, so if I were using the bricks, for example, but I just wanted them to be very kind of faded with a hint of blue, because my color's on blue, it's going to fade the bricks in the background. So that's kind of a cool effect. And then for text, you can come over here and you can add titles or you can add body text. So when you click on body text, it's automatically going to create a text box for you that you can easily move around. Once you're inside a text box, you come up to the top toolbar, and these are where all your fonts are. Font size, if you want it bold, italics, the orientation of the font, the color of the font. So you have lots of font options at the very top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then these are really cool. These are called text frames. They're new to PiktoChart, but say I don't really want my boring title like that. I want my title in like a cool ribbon. So you can kind of go through these text frames and choose one. Let's see if I can find one. Like, here's one, and I want to make it really big, and it's so big that I'm going to actually delete this line, and I'm going to name it All About Iran. Problem is I don't really want it to be yellow. I want it to be white instead, and I don't really need this number over here, so I'm going to delete that. So text frames are pretty cool because they're kind of like pre-made stickers is really the best way I can put it. But you can click on them and you can edit them inside, and you can make them whatever orientation you want. Okay. Styles, you're really not going to use it, but if you want to kind of preset colors, you can do that here. And then tools, I made some other videos about how to use the tools inside PiktoChart to allow you to create visual charts and maps. Remember, you need at least 2 visual charts and 1 map in your infographic. And then always click Save up top. And that's kind of the basics of PiktoChart.